everybody, Antoine Martel here. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how I made $1 million a year flipping $100,000 houses. And it's what I call low-hanging fruit flipping. A lot of people want to do these luxury fix and flips and make $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. How did I, over the last 10 years, make $1 million a year flipping $100,000 to $200,000 houses and making $10,000 to $20,000 per house, right? The answer is a lot of volume, but I'm going to get into that throughout the rest of the video. If you don't know who I am, my name is Antoine Martel. I've owned Martel Turnkey for the last 10 years, and now I started Flip System, in which we help people like you get into your first fix and flip deal, or turnkey fix and flip, or buy and hold, or rental. So click the link down below to go to flipsystem.com if we can help you with that. All right, so let's dive in. So me personally, when I first got started and introduced to flipping houses or to real estate investing in general, one of the things that everybody wanted to do was apartment buildings, luxury fix and flips, and they wanted to make $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 for every single deal that they did, right? When I started looking for those deals, when I started looking for deals that would make $100,000, $200,000 in profit, those deals were extremely hard to come by. It took 6 months to find them. They were very competitive, and it just wasn't fun to me. What I went to and what I looked for was margin flipping. So looking for deals that were out there that I could make a higher margin than a luxury fix and flip. So for example, if you do a $500,000 house or $1 million house and your profit margin may be 5%, right? Which is still going to be a huge payday, right? On $1 million house, that's still $50,000 in profit, and the deal may take 6 months. You do 2 of those, you're doing $100,000 a year, right? So that's pretty damn good. But for me, I was like, well, where can I get the highest margin fix and flip, right? So I would focus on margin instead of dollar amount. Everybody was fixated, or still is fixated when they invest in real estate, on the dollar amount. I said, I don't care, because I can build systems, teams, and processes to help me scale more than anybody else, and that's exactly what I did. I instead focus on houses where I could make $10,000 to $20,000 in profit, but those profit margins, instead of being 5%, were now 10%, 15%, 20%. So $100,000 house, you can make 10 to 20% margin, which is 3 to 4 times the amount of margin that you could make on a luxury fix and flip, but it's only going to be $10,000 to $20,000. The other great thing that I loved about this, low-hanging fruit fix and flip deals, is that there are so many of them out there. If you go look for a luxury fix and flip from $500,000 to $1 million, they're extremely hard to come by, extremely hard to find deals like that, very competitive. You need a ton of money, you need a ton of capital. And with the low-hanging fruit deals, the deals that are, $100,000 to $200,000, where you have a 10 to 20% margin, those deals were extremely easy to find. Everybody was looking over it. They're like, oh, I'm gonna make 10K, one little thing goes wrong, and I'm screwed. And sure, that happens, but once you do 10 deals, 20 deals, 30 deals, what percentage of those deals is not gonna make sense, right? Or which percent of those deals is gonna go south, right? And for us, it was around 3 to 4% of the deals that we did. The rehab bid came in a little bit too high, ARV got messed up, rent got messed up, right? But a very, very low percentage. So people have this belief that when they do these deals that have very low profit margins, $10,000 to $20,000, that something is going to go wrong. We proved that incorrect by putting in the right teams, infrastructure, systems, processes, which everybody wanted to ignore. Nobody wanted to do that kind of work. Instead, what people wanted to do was just focus on deals that make more money. Focus on deals that make more money. And then they would end up doing 1 deal a year and making $50,000 if they got lucky. The other great thing that I love about this low-hanging fruit, this lower price tag, $100,000, $200,000 out-of-state real estate investment, is that it's less capital intensive. If I have $200,000, I can do a fix and flip in California and maybe make $50,000, right? But I had to put so much money into one asset, into one deal, into one investment. Now, if I had $200,000 and I'm doing deals out of state, I can split it up into 3 different markets, 5 different deals, 10 different deals. I have different market risk, neighborhood risk, location risk, team risk, all mitigated and all spread out. That was another reason that I love this out-of-state real estate investing, low price tag, is that it was less capital intensive. And when me and my family first got started and first wanted to invest in real estate, we had like around $40,000 to play with. We couldn't even play in California, couldn't play in LA. It didn't make any sense because we didn't have the capital to do so. But with $40,000 out of state, now there's a lot more deals for us to look at. People didn't want to look at it because the margin wasn't there, the profit wasn't there. But for us, we were like, well, shit, it's the only thing that we can do. We can really go in there and scale this thing up and really have success with it. One of the other reasons why I like this kind of price tag and like the business model that I've created is that there's multiple different exit strategies. Again, with luxury fix and flips, $500,000 to $1 million, you can't do much else with the house, right? I think now you can probably rent it on Airbnb and make a little bit of money. But for us, when we got started 10 years ago, Airbnb wasn't as popular as it is today. And there wasn't many people doing Airbnb as there is today. We were looking at these deals and saying, okay, cool. If it doesn't sell as a fix and flip, what can we do with it? We have turnkey fix and flip, rental, BRRRR, keep it ourselves, like there's so many different options and avenues that we have for this deal. Whereas if we were doing, again, $1 million fix and flip, we have one exit strategy. So first of all, you're putting all your eggs into one basket. You're $200,000 into one deal, into one city, praying to God that it goes correctly, praying to God that you can make $50,000 to $100,000 that you project, dealing with the city, dealing with the contractors, dealing with the high, extremely expensive cost of labor and materials and all that kind of stuff, which we don't have those issues out of state either. When you're doing deals out of state, depending on the city and the market, some people don't even need general contractor's license. You don't need permits if you're doing construction below $25,000 or $30,000 on some of these houses. If you're not moving walls, you don't need city permits. There's no wait time, no lag time, and you can get deals done a hell of a lot quicker. And I think that's what helped my turnkey business and for me to go from $0 to $1 million a year in just a couple of years by flipping houses is because we had so many different exits. And it really let us put the pedal to the metal because we were so aggressive with the deals that we were doing because we had so many exits. Cool, if the deal didn't work out as a fix and flip, refinance it and hold it. Cool, if the deal didn't work out with this strategy, cool, we have other exit strategies. I feel like when people get into, again, the luxury fix and flip, the high-end fix and flips, they don't really want to do too many at the same time, mitigate their risks, a lot of cash in one deal, right? Like they would really want to like nurture the deal that they do have, which makes sense because they don't have many exits. For us, we can go and buy 50 houses a month. Cool, if we can sell 10 of them, fantastic. If we can't sell the other 10, who cares? It doesn't really matter because we have all these different exit strategies, right? So I think that's what allowed us to scale up and get to $1 million a year relatively quickly is because we were super, super confident in the deals that we were doing. We had multiple exit strategies. And the last piece is that we would try to get margin wherever we could, right? So for us, it was, again, just focusing on the margin percentage, margin percentage, margin percentage. How can we get that up? And when you're doing luxury fix and flips, you typically have to pay like a realtor 3 to 6%, 4 to 6% to sell that listing for you. What we did is we built that in-house. So what I did is actually hired somebody as a full-time salesperson, built the website, ran ads, posted organic content about who I am, what I'm doing. And that's what allowed me and Martel Turnkey to scale up is because we added an extra 6% to our margin. So again, if we started the deal off with a 10% margin, now we're at 16% just by bringing the sales in-house, right? So then I could buy the house, renovate it, rent it out, and sell it to a client and be making 16 to 20% margin on these little houses. And if it doesn't work out and I can't make the 20% margin, I don't care. I can refinance it, hold that deal. So to me, I think that the business model that we created was the best. I think it's the best way to get into real estate, low capital intensive. It's out of state, tons of deals. There's tons of deals. You can get into this just like we're seeing with Flip System. The success that Flip System has had is because the deals are there. The deals are so easy to come by. You can get into a house in the first 30 days, where if I was teaching luxury fix and flips or high-end fix and flips, it could take 3, 4, 5, 6 months before we get even under contract on one house. And then you're worried about getting under contract on too many houses because you don't have enough capital. There's all these other issues and problems that occur by doing the high-end or luxury fix and flips. So with all that being said, what do I recommend for you? So I hope that this video was helpful, showing the difference between like what everybody else in the industry is doing and what we did and how we were able to make, over $1 million net profit a year for the last few years doing our turnkey fix and flip business by flipping these houses in the $100,000 to $200,000 price range, okay? So how can you get started? First, there's a done with you method, which is with Flip System. You can go to flipsystem.com. Link will be down below. We can help you do it, connect you to teams on the ground, property manager, realtor, contractor. If you want that, click the link down below. We'd love to help you. If not, if you want to go do it yourself, I would first choose a market, build a team within that market. There's some other YouTube videos that I have posted around how to do those things. Also check out my Instagram, in which I post a lot of content about doing that at Martel Antoine. So how do you do it yourself? First, you choose the market, then you want to build a team. That team should consist of the property manager, realtor, and contractor. Once you've done that, you want to start going out there and looking for deals. Depending on how much capital you have to go talk to some lending institutions, probably some hard money lenders, or try to raise some private money for the deals that you're going to be doing. And once you have all of those pieces set up, you're going to start making offers, get those houses under contract, get the rehab inspection report before you close on the property, close on it, do the renovations, and then you can have the multiple exits. Do I want to do a retail fix and flip, turnkey fix and flip, BRRRR, keep it myself, what strategy do you want to implement. And the great thing with these deals, if you run your numbers correctly, is that you can have 3, 4, 5 different exit strategies, and you'll be extremely safe and be happy no matter what happens with the deal. It doesn't matter. Very, very low risk. Again, the percentage of risk for us over the 1,000 deals that we did was 3-4%. So very, very low risk. I'm excited for you guys to get out there. If you have any questions about this, leave a comment down below. Again, please make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next one.